Hey guys, Peter here to do an album review. Today I'm here to tell you all about the latest from Misery Signal's Ultraviolet, out August 7th on Basic Records. This album has 9 tracks, 34 minutes in length, and this is the band's 5th full-length studio album. 7 years since their last record, first album with Jesse Zaraska back since their debut in 2004, a lot of anticipation and a lot of things to look forward to. I'm a little bit divided on this record. But in order for me to explain to you why I feel a little bit divided on this record, I have to break down the album into 3 main core categories: structure, sound, and vocals. Starting off with the structure, to me this is the weakest point of the album. I felt that this record loses steam as it moves along. It starts off really heavy, really powerful, really driven, and then it starts to lose a little bit of that intensity, or putting that intensity in different places as it moves down the line. By the time you reach the end of the record, you just feel like the album is really deflated from where it started to where it is right now. Having said that, the individual structure of the songs is magnificent. I really like what they did on the individual basis. They really created 9 strong tracks, very dynamic, very fluid, very creative in how they were constructed. I just don't like how they were placed on the tracking list. So I think perhaps the issue here is not necessarily that you have an album that is not cohesive or that doesn't have enough good songs to really carry itself all the way through. I think the issue here is how you put these 9 tracks together. Perhaps there's a better way to blend them all in order to create a more cohesive, a more linear, a more together album that feels like one unit and not just a collection of 9 songs. Because right now, I really felt that it was really strong on top and then it's really light at the bottom, and it loses attraction as you go down the line. And once again, I don't necessarily feel like that's a problem of the songs themselves by not being good enough to be on this record. I don't think that's the case at all. I just really feel that the track listing is not optimal to really engage the listener, to really give a more balanced sound across all 9 tracks. Speaking of sound, I really like what they did with the overall feel and sound of this record. They were able to create an album that has a dark side, a melancholic side, an aggressive side, but still a positive side as well. And that is really present in the atmosphere and the sound that they created from the record, but also on the lyrics of the album. The two are really interconnected. So I like the dynamics. I like how heavy the guitars are, the drums, the sound on the guitar is very groovy at times, really bending a lot, going into different directions, taking different approaches on different songs, not repeating themselves over each and every single track, taking different sides, different looks. So I like the sound that they created for this record. I like the sound that they created for the individual songs. And perhaps more important, I like the atmosphere that it gives to the record. This perfect balance between darkness and heaviness and still positivity and light. And that to me is a very important balance to have on an album like this. And that is present on every single song on the record. So overall, the sound is very strong, very powerful, very driven. I really like it. I like the melancholic side of the band, and I like the more heavy and aggressive side. And I really like when they merge these two worlds together in the same track, and they do that quite a bit throughout this album. Vocally, the record is magnificent. Jesse is absolutely magnificent on this album. What a vocalist. He understands the tracks, he understands the lyrics, so he brings his own emotion, he brings his own special delivery to each and every single song, and he's really able to captivate the mood and atmosphere that the tracks have as far as the lyrics are concerned, and then transport that into the physical realm, bring that all the way out with his performance, with his voice. I really enjoyed his vocals across every single track on the album. There's not one song that I felt that he could have done something different or something better. I felt that he was very consistent across every single song on the record. I like also the mixture of clean vocals with harsh vocals. He did a magnificent job using both styles, both approaches, really enhancing the mood, the melody, the atmosphere that the tracks have by utilizing that spectrum, that range of vocal deliveries. Really important, once again, for an album that has this much emotional baggage built into it. Definitely a positive record that perhaps has a negative sound is the best way to describe that approach. So I really like what they did as far as the vocals are concerned. I also like some of the backing vocals that they used on this record. It enhanced the feel of the album. It almost gave a sense of a live setting to some of the songs definitely made them more into hymns, made the songs a little bit more catchy, a little bit more hooky, and I like that. I like songs that have that anthem vibe to it, and when you use backing vocals in the right spots, in the right way, you really enhance the tracks and you really give that anthem feel to the songs, and they did that across several tracks on this album. Overall, this is an album that is really worth by the individual songs. It has 9 magnificent tracks. It's just not cohesive enough, in my opinion, to really hold itself together and feel like a really strong record from beginning to end. It really feels like it loses a little bit of power, a little bit of steam. But once again, I really blame the track listing for that, not the quality of the individual songs themselves, because that is there undeniable. This is an album that you can look at, and it's made of 9 all-star tracks. They're just not playing as a team. Best way to describe the album. As far as songs are concerned, I want to start off with Sunlifter. Powerful song, groovy, heavy, melodic. It comes at you heavy from the start. It's a song that just really doesn't hold back from the beginning. It just really feels like it's moving towards you. It remains consistent in that way across the whole track. Has great fluidity. The structure of the song provides peaks and valleys. It takes you on this roller coaster ride from beginning all the way to the end, keeping you engaged as a listener, keeping you connected with the track. The backing vocals add great atmosphere to the song, a track that really uses them well in order to create that anthem feel to this song, to the way it's put together, to the way it comes across, giving even a little bit of that live presence in how this song is structured and put together. The constructor in delivery of the track is absolutely perfect. One of the best tracks, a track that really merges this darkness and this brightness together. Melody, aggression, that live feel, that anthem vibe, all of those elements are coming together into one song to create a really powerful track on this record. Next, Old Ghosts, really groovy guitars on this song. Still a hard-hitting track, but it definitely has a lot of groovy elements and a lot of melodies built into how the song is put together. But it really mixes well heaviness with those more melodic elements. It's a song that really interconnects those two worlds and allows itself to find this perfect balance, this perfect fluidity between one and the other, coming in and going out, coming in and going out as the track moves along. Both musically and vocally, you get that sense of melody and heaviness coming from both the musical side of the track and the vocal side of the track. The clean vocals definitely add a different balance. They add a different nuance into how this song is put together, and in my opinion really enhances the flavor and enhances the feel and the atmosphere that this song has. The chorus is explosive, it has a huge impact on the song, and it has a huge impact on how the track feels. Overall, very well balanced track. Last but not least, Redemption Key, really melancholic opening. This is a song that's divided into 2 parts. The first part of the song, very melancholic, clean vocals, very dark, very somber. You really feel like all the oxygen has been removed from the room. You feel almost like you're asphyxiating in that room. It just has this sense of taking the life away from you. It's just very dark, very somber song as it starts off. Then towards the middle end of the song, it explodes with aggression, it explodes with intensity. The harsh vocals come in, creating this huge divide, this total break between the first half of the track and the second half of the track. I love the construction of this song because at no point in time that I feel like during this song things are going to change. The song is going to get heavy, harsh vocals are going to come in. I felt that this was going to be a very somber and dark track from beginning all the way to the end, perhaps with short peaks here and there, but by the time you get halfway through it and those peaks are not coming, you start to expect the song to be very dark and melancholic all the way through. So when the aggression comes in all the way at the end of the song, it really packs a punch and it really slaps you in the face because you're not expecting it. Your guard is down, you're feeling like you're in a different world, and then suddenly it's pure heaviness and aggression coming your way. I like this abrupt change that this track has, this movement that the song has, creating a very unique track. And once again, a track that perhaps comes too late in the track listing. I would have loved to see this song more towards the middle, upper part of the album. It would allow the album to start off heavy, dip a little bit with the beginning of Redemption Key, and then explode again as the song finishes off very heavy. In my opinion, this track loses a little bit of its luster, of its shine, by being so deep into the track listing. All right, this is it. This is Misery Signals with Ultraviolet. Once again, out August 7th on Basic Records. Let me know your thoughts on the band, on the singles. Use the comment section below. I'll be reading those and getting back to you. Take care, guys.